John Doe has entered the chat. He says he doesn't know the YouTube channel, doesn't know the defendant, doesn't know anything. But here's the twist: his Cash App has been featured at the bottom of nearly every one of her videos for 3 years. You heard me right. He claims he's got no connection, but the money trail says otherwise. So riddle me this: is John Doe a ghost in the machine or a name shielding the truth? Is this about privacy, or is someone playing legal chess to block the subpoena before the truth lands? And if he's got nothing to do with her, why is his account still collecting cash from her audience? Is somebody lying? Is there a cover up? And somebody just might owe a lot of refunds. Buckle up, because tonight the receipts are digital and the masks are slipping. Let's go. So we are just going to get to it. I contacted Cash App and I asked, the 800 number, I asked a couple of questions. And I want you to hear what I learned, because this is for education, criticism, news reporting, our learning, teaching, understanding, and hit the Cash App, because there's some questions. There's some questions that I got clarification on, and I want you to hear it. All right. And then we're going to relate it to what was said here. It's free money. It's free money, or isn't it? Just imagine there's a guy, this is for, this is part of just a way to look at it. All right. An analogy. So here's a guy in the background. He's a John Doe. Right. And this John Doe, well, he's been receiving money for at least 3 years. Mm-hmm. Well, according to him, let's review. Let's just look at his initial statement on the motion to quash. Then we're going to hear the phone call. And then I'm going to put up the chat and we're going to talk about it. Cash App, is that free money? All right. So John Doe says, I, John Doe, we're going to listen carefully again. I, John Doe, respectfully move this court to quash 2 subpoenas issued by plaintiff Sabrina Evans to block Cash App, which improperly seek personal and private information belonging to me, a non-party. I further request a protective order to prevent further abuse of the discovery process and potential misuse of subpoena power. Limited appearance by non-party. So we're just going to focus on this initial, what you see here on the page, this first opening. Limited appearance by non-party. John Doe says, while I am proceeding under pseudonym John Doe, I am not a named defendant, a Doe defendant, or otherwise involved in this litigation. I am the legal account holder whose financial information, legal name, and personal identifiers are being improperly sought through these subpoenas. I have my own distinct legal interests in protecting that private data. Plaintiff is a stranger to me, and my information has no relevance to the claims in this case. I am appearing solely to protect my rights as a non-party whose confidential records are being unlawfully targeted. 1. I am not a party to this lawsuit and am not being sued in this matter. 2, I have no relationship or connection to the plaintiff and no role in the allegations presented in this case. 3, I am appearing solely to move to quash these improper subpoenas. 4, I reside outside the state and am submitting this motion via court's electronic portal due to my inability to appear in person. 5, I was only made aware of the subpoenas after receiving direct email contact from Block Incorporated, the third-party recipient. I had no prior notice or involvement. I am proceeding under the pseudonym John Doe in this motion to protect my privacy. My contact information has been submitted to the court separately and under seal for judicial communication only. This complies with procedural rules while preserving my right to proceed anonymously as a non-party. So, no relationship or connection to me, the plaintiff, okay, and no role in the allegation. We'll come back to there's something else inside of this motion to quash. But now let's take a listen. All right. Hello?
Hi, my name is Jade from cashapp support. Do you request a callback?
Yes, I did. I wanted to get some general information. If you could answer just a few questions about how Cash App works and how many people can be on the same Cash App account.
How many people?
Yes. In other words, if I open a Cash App account, is can it be shared with multiple owners?
No, it's individual. Unless you sponsor someone, but it has to be a minor.
Okay, so then does a person have to give their banking information, any type of identifiers to open a Cash App?
Yes. So,
What's required?
cash. Well, that depends because if you do not have some information, I mean, if you do not link a cash app like a bank account, you can link a debit card. So that depends of what you want to link. That's up to you.
No, what I'm asking is can more than one account, bank account, financial institution be linked to a Cash App
Yes.
card? So it can be,
Not a cash app card,
but a
but a
Cash
cash
App
app account.
account to a single
Correct.
account, there can be multiple bank accounts linked to one account.
Yes.
How does that work?
You just link it.
What do you mean
You
you
just do. You have to link your bank account if you want to receive money on there. So you just link two bank accounts. That's it.
so I can have a Cash App account and I can link multiple bank accounts so that if someone makes a deposit, all right, let's try this a different way. Someone sends money, they want to send me money to my Cash App. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Can you explain how that works? Hello?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. So there can be multiple owners on one Cash App account.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry. Let me explain again. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. You explain. I won't interrupt. I need to know how does it work? How many people can be linked to the
Okay.
account? How does money get into
Yes.
my account? All of that.
Okay. The first thing. Okay. The only person can be linked to your account. It's you. It's an individual account. So it's a personal account.
One person.
You're the only one who. Yes. You're the only one who has access because it's personal information and it's money, right? So just you. That's the first question. Now, regarding the bank accounts and the debit cards and everything like that. So you can only link one bank account per an account, and in your Cash App account, you can only link one bank account, one credit card if you have one debit card, and one Cash App card. You can link a credit card, you can link a bank account, you can link a debit card, and you can link a Cash App card. So it's four.
At the same time?
Okay. At the same time, but just one.
Oh, but those are the different types of instruments that you can link.
Correct.
Ah, okay. Go on.
What's the other question?
All right. So just to confirm, per each Cash App account, only one person can be the owner or linked to that account. Is that correct?
Yes, you got it.
Okay. And I can link either my checking account or bank account, a credit card, a debit card, or the Cash App card. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So when someone sees my Cash App account name, exclusive name, and they want to send money to whatever I've linked to my Cash App account, how does that work? They see it and they pay me on the computer, and then what happens?
No, you have a cashback. It's like a username.
Okay.
So if you create an account, you will be able to create a cashback, and the people can send you money, and you can receive it, or you can send the money to another person that has Cash App.
What do you call it? A cash deck?
No, cash tag.
Tag.
Cash tag. Yes.
T-A-G. Okay. A
Cash
tag. All right.
Gotcha.
And
You can link your Cash App card to, like Apple Pay or Google Pay too.
all right. So then if someone sends money to me and they want let's say, a refund, how does that work?
If they want a refund,
Yeah.
so you're saying that if you receive money from a person and if they want a refund, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so in that case, you can request a refund. Well, the person that sent the money, he can request a refund, but you need to accept it so they can get the money back. That's how it works.
All right. So if I would have to actually control that, accept that. I would.
Correct.
All right. And the only way that I can do that is to have access to that Cash App account, my own account. Is that correct?
Correct.
So
You're
I would
correct.
have log on information that I would be privy to, correct?
Correct.
Can someone post someone Cash App to their YouTube and, let's say, solicit people to send Cash App to someone else's account?
I did not understand that.
Okay.
Repeat it again, please.
All right.
You said something about YouTube?
Yes. Let's say I have a YouTube account, and during my video, I want to post my cash tag or a cash tag that belongs to someone else. All right.
Okay.
Would I have any control to get a refund for someone if they were watching my channel and they disputed something? Would I need then to contact the individual who is the owner of the account to notify them? Or could I do, or could they set me up as a manager for their account?
No. No, it doesn't work like that. So if you put the cashback on a YouTube channel, and to receive money,
Yes.
yes, you cannot manage the account. So, like I said before, it's a personal account. So unless the other person, the owner of the account, of the other account, gives you permission to speak, make changes or whatever, you can, take control. But he needs to give you permission for that.
I see. So then if someone has a Cash App account and another person has access to that account, then wouldn't that person who owns the account, wouldn't they have to know that individual or have some type of information from them? In other words, yeah, it couldn't be done independently, could it, without the other person knowing? Like I couldn't just manage someone's Cash App account without them knowing, could I?
Okay. We, well, yeah. If you have the information, yes. Basically, yes. But they will have to give you the information. Yeah.
Okay. Again, it's one person per Cash App account that is the owner. It's a single account. It's not multiple owners. It's one individual whose name is on the account. It's not multiple individuals whose name appears on the account. It's just one person.
That's correct. Yes.
I see. Okay. And they can use their bank account, their credit card, their debit card, or a Cash App, a card. All right. I think I got it. I think I've got it. I think I've got it.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, you've been helpful. Thank you so very much. So you heard that. You heard what he said. Of course, I asked questions just to get the answers so that I could get it on audio. All right. One person, only one. It's a personal account. Only one name, not multiple names, are on any one Cash App. So John Doe is claiming it's his account, his financial information that he is wanting to protect, his identity. Is that John Doe? Who is John Doe? And also, Daniel Robertson was served the subpoena or made aware of the subpoena to block. And the reason I know is because I sent it along with others to make her aware that block was being subpoenaed and the date that Ben signed for it at a registered agent was January 21st, well ahead of the time that even the first subpoena was received at their registered agent in March. John Doe says he wasn't served. He wasn't notified of the subpoena. Daniel Robertson was. That's who this is about. I haven't responded, but I've already been working on the document. So I won't tell you. You'll see it once I file it. All right? But can two things be true at the same time? What did John Doe actually say in the motion to quash? He said he didn't know the plaintiff, me. All right. Did he say anything about knowing or being related to or being aware of anyone else? Do you remember? We need to go and look at that. Again, now I'm going to put up the chat so that we can see this. And I can read your comments just on the Cash app and how that works. We've clarified there's only one name. There's only one name. And suddenly, John Doe appears. Suddenly, John Doe appears. Now, remember, Daniel Robertson is in default. She did not respond to the summons or the complaint, although it was served. And I'm thinking, quiet, because maybe there was hope. We'll just, my opinion, that this wasn't going to go through and it wasn't going to be recognized as her being served. So as long as she didn't say anything about receipt of anything, no one would know, right? But it was sent. So John Doe says, well, he didn't receive it. And he just became aware of it. You mean when the second subpoena was served on Block and their representative? So what happened to the first one? How did he become aware of the first one? Did he see it? Because I never filed the subpoena. The court doesn't take the subpoena and then upload that to the history document. So in John Doe's motion to quash is the copy of the first subpoena and a copy of the second subpoena. Did Block send by email the copy of subpoena to John Doe. To John Doe. And when did John Doe receive that? When the first one came in January and then March, by the time it got through their system, by March, did John know? Because John Doe is saying he is the owner of that account. So no pushback then? No response then? And Cash App responded the first time, as I explained, to my attorney, but it wasn't my former attorney. It was not accepted. It wasn't open. And I was made aware that he had received something. And after I contacted Block and explained, they asked me to reissue a subpoena with my email address on it. So they could send me the information. So I have talked about this on my platform, that I was waiting for something. And I also talked about waiting for the judge to make a decision if this was a case. So when did Block notify John Doe? How many times? All of that can be, there's digital evidence of that somewhere. Whether or not I could get that, but it's there. It's always there. Mm-hmm. Correct? The judge could also, the judge has got to look at all of this and look at my response and look at the motion to quash and my response to that. Mm-hmm. So now let me put up the chat, and I will put up another part of that quash that it seems that I recall something else was very telling within that. But let's take a look at your comments. So put the banner up. This is my opinion, and I've got to respond. Let's make him a little bit smaller. And let's do this. If that flashing of the, that GIF, if that is bothersome, I can remove that. As a matter of fact, let me just do it. Let's see if I can replace it with something a little less. My clock. How about that? Hang on one more time. Because I don't want anything to be distracting. Let's see if it's better on the right or the left. Let me just see. Is it easier for you to read over there? I can make it a little bit larger. Hang on. Well, actually, I want to put up, I'm going to read from hang on. Just give me a second. All right. So now let me see if I can pull up something that was said in the motion to quash. And while I'm doing that, just hang out with me for a second. I'll just read this. It's part of the declaration. It says, I, John Doe, declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States that the following is true and correct. I am the legal account holder whose information is being sought through the subpoenas at issue. I am not a party to the case, nor do I have any connection to the plaintiff or underlying claims. So this individual is saying they have no knowledge of me, they're not connected to me in any way. This is all new to them. That's the way I'm looking at this. No connection to the plaintiff. He says, I received no notice of the subpoenas until contacted by Block. The information sought from Block would reveal my legal name, financial records, geolocation, and private identifiers. So let's go with that. John Doe, there's one name on that account. You heard it from Block. There's one party who they've taken information from. One account connected to that Cash App. Because Block contacted this John Doe after receiving a subpoena about Truth Teller Dani's cash tag. It wasn't a random. They didn't just pull this out of the sky. So then, how is Truth Teller Dani posting John Doe's Cash App on her channels and other multiple channels, by the way. She has said you can send me a Cash App at the address Truth Teller Dani. She has said that. I have recordings. Remember, I have a lot of her videos, and I went through some of those today just to see if I could search for when she was talking about Cash App and thanking people for the Cash App for sending her money. So think about that. So you mean to tell me there's a John Doe. He's not connected to me in any way. He said he didn't receive any notice, but Dani Robertson did, even if she hasn't acknowledged or said anything. I sent it to her along with others. Remember when I talked about the first round of subpoenas that I sent out? She was notified of the first round of subpoenas. She was. But remember, she hasn't said anything, right? A response is coming from John Doe. Interestingly enough, John Doe. Mm-hmm. Listen carefully. Just listen. Just think about this for a moment. There's many ways I can say it or talk about it. So ask yourself this. If John Doe's name is behind that account, would he not know who Dani Robertson is? The reason I say that is because Dani Robertson, it's posted on throughout her videos. So she's saying thank you to specific named people. And she also talked about refunds. And she's also posted a refund. That means she had to have access to the account information. And she would talk to John Doe, right? She would have to know the passwords, the links, have access to the account. This one individual. So is John protecting? He says he's protecting his privacy, right? Or is John Doe protecting someone else? He's anonymous. This is unusual. This is unusual because I wasn't notified of the motion that was filed. I wasn't served that. I just became aware of it on May 6th when it showed up in the, actually posted to the documents. I had learned about it when Block sent me an email and said they were holding off, and that was on Thursday night, basically Friday morning. And that was the deadline when they were supposed to respond to the subpoena. And it was at the 11th or 12th hour that the email came in to say, we have to hold because a motion to quash has been filed. The last minute. So there's a lot of questions. So ask yourself again, if John Doe's name is behind that account, and he doesn't know, I'm going to go back through his motion to quash to search exactly. Does he know her? Did he acknowledge anything about the defendant? Does she know John Doe? There's only one person on the account. Just one. We're talking about the transfer of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, because you've heard and you've seen in the Cash App, in the chat over the years. We're not talking about a week. So thousands of thousands could be 2,000, 3,000, because that's thousands. So if it's $1,000 a year, I can say thousands of dollars. So John Doe, people are sending money to John Doe. Hasn't Dani Robertson said she's not on anything? And there are layers. Are there any transactions on that account? There's a name on that account. Who is John Doe? This is not a fishing expedition. Is John Doe the defendant? I don't know that. I don't know that. And if money is being, transferred to someone, why hasn't why has it been represented to people, I will say allegedly, that the money, she said to me, to Dani Robertson, all these people are sending money to an anonymous John Doe? You mean all these years, thousands of dollars, each and every time she is thanking people for their Cash App. It is scrolling at the bottom of all of her videos. The majority of her videos, you'll see it. Truth Teller Dani. That is the handle. There's one person on that account. Who does that account belong to? Right now, it's a John Doe who's making claims that the information should not be released and that he is not a party to this case. He doesn't know me. He's not a part of the claim. He hasn't been sued. He doesn't know anything. He's just, it just became aware to him about a subpoena. There are some red flags here. There are. I won't name them, but I'm working on my motion to file to respond to this. So let's go on. Then, so I've asked you, if John Doe's name is behind that account, he's did he say he was different? He said he was John. All right, so it's a man. Is it? We don't know. But let's go with that. Does John Doe know Daniel Robertson? I would think so. Mhm. This is already documented and filed in the court now. It's on record. This response, this motion to quash, and everything that John has said, this John Doe is a permanent record. So then, where has all that money gone? Has John Doe made any transactions? Who did the returns, refunds? Who pressed the button? Who's on the account? She said, "Thank you for sending me the Cash App. Thank you for the Cash App." But she's not on anything. Or should it be, "Thank you for sending John Doe your money"? Is there someone protecting someone? Is that why John Doe has filed anonymously and wants to quash, not only quash, but seal? What's the justification? It's going to one bank account, to Cash App, whatever the instrument, whether it's a bank account, a credit card, a debit card, or a Cash App card. That's a fair question. Where's all that money gone? Two things can't be true at once, can they? We're following the digital paper trail to find out, is there anyone lying? Who's hiding and who's cashing in? Because ultimately, my aim is to find out who this anonymous person is that I am in litigation, in a lawsuit with. They're anonymous and said they'll never be found. Is someone hiding behind the cloak of anonymity? Even, is there anything that's going on that I shouldn't question? I think I have a right to. Is there any, this is a question, is there any digital deception? No accusations. I'm asking questions. These are fair questions. Should I be asking these things, given the history? Is someone lying? Is anyone lying? John Doe says, did John Doe say anything about a connection to the defendant, Danielle Robertson? Let me do a quick search on a word. Under the grounds to quash, he says, my personal and financial information has no bearing on any legal issue before the court. On any legal issue before the court. So then he would have to be saying that he is not the defendant. He said it in another statement. Wait a minute, I'm just searching. I'm searching for something. I'll just read this one statement, just back to this for dating. On March 5th, 2025, plaintiff issued the first subpoena to Block Incorporated, demanding extensive private financial data related to Cash App accounts she claimed were associated with Daniel Robertson, aka Dani Robertson. So what is he saying? These Cash App accounts are not related to Dani Robertson? Or is he just saying that I claim they were related, associated? Is he saying I didn't serve the correct person whose information is up on the screen, and am I to assume that it's someone else's Cash App when we've heard her say it's hers and that she's anonymous too? Yeah, so I am going to associate that the Cash Apps are related to Daniel Robertson. Plaintiff issued the first subpoena to Block, demanding extensive private financial data related to Cash App accounts she claimed were associated with Daniel Robertson, aka Dani Robertson. Yeah, I don't know about a John Doe. I don't even know if a John Doe exists. It could be a Jane Doe. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. In the non-party with no relevance to the case, under grounds to quash, John Doe makes a statement. I am not a party and have no legal or factual relevance to the claims made. Then he is saying, I would have to, if I believe this, he's saying he is someone different than Daniel Robertson. So then I do ask, Daniel Robertson, who has posted this Cash App as Truth Teller Dani and said it's her Cash App is someone being protected here? Remember, he's a doe, she's a doe. They're both anonymous. She's Dani Robertson. That's a name. Mhm. Interesting, huh? There's one name on that account. There's one name on that account. Do you see why maybe someone might not? I don't know. What if that name belongs to somebody on this platform? Although John Doe said, I'm not a party and have no legal or factual relevance to the claims made. I'm not, I'm not part of any of this. Is it because revealing a name, let's just say revealing a name, might reveal something else? A layer that we might be able to get at the truth. Yes. So Joanne says, an anonymous protecting another anonymous. You can't make this up. An anonymous protecting another anonymous person. It's 12:10. Okay. I've been on for an hour and 9, so we're good. So John Doe, old school, says clearly knows Danielle. You can tell from the way the quash reads. Oh, John Doe. If John Doe doesn't know Danielle, then is it free money? You mean somebody, if he doesn't know her, so that's another question. If he doesn't know her, she would just be sending free money his way? Putting up his Cash App. He doesn't know her. That's why I picked this meme. It's just free to him. He's just celebrating. I'm getting this money, and now I've been notified. I'm not a party to this, but Cash App notified me, and I don't know anything. But I don't know about the plaintiff, and I'm not a party to this, but money is coming my way. Money is coming my way. So he's aware. He should be aware, because if his name is on the account, he has to have some communication with the defendant to give her the password, the link to get onto his account to manipulate and or manage or make a transaction or to press a button, because Hasn't she had any conversation about refunds? You see, we can comb through. I don't care if she takes down all of her videos. I have enough of them to see if there's any link, any tie, any reason why we've got two people anonymous. So John's over there. You mean, remember, John says he's not part of this. And she said she's not on anything, although she has said that's her Cash App. She has said, my Cash App, thank you for sending, supporting my Cash App. Now, all we have to do is find. So, is it her Cash App or is it John's Cash App? Because the reason I called Cash App is to find out, can more than one person be on the name? So there's only one name. So whose Cash App is it? Is it John's Cash App and John is related to the defendant? Eh, could they be related? And the money goes to John and John. I'm just saying this is a scenario. And she could be thanking, all the people sending Cash Apps because is it our money? When she says thank you for the Cash App, you know, is it is that why the name John doesn't want to be known, keep his name out of it? Because is there a relation between John? If John is a singular person separate from the defendant, and we're talking money being moved, we're talking the defendant allegedly making reference to the Cash App as her Cash App. I mean, I'm just asking. I'm not I don't know. I don't know John. I don't know. I don't know all these anonymous people. But typically when someone files a motion to quash, unless there's a very, very, good reason, if there's that they would come to the judge before even, and get approval, for this anonymity. So right now, the way I see it, I'm just thinking out loud and looking at this motion to quash as I'm thinking about how I might want to respond. Oh, let's take John down so you can see this. Did I say John? Yes, I said John. He's anonymous, so I found a picture of a guy. And it's kind of like John is receiving money. That's a fair representation, I think, but based on what he said. He said it's his account. No, baby Juju, I don't know all these anonymous people. Joanne seems to think that the judge might make someone cam up. Somebody thought it was important enough to respond because apparently maybe, just maybe getting John, whoever this John Doe is, his information might lead me to Danielle. Because ultimately, that's what I didn't know about John. So now here's John. Here's John Doe. It's all new. But Danielle Robertson, she was made aware. And of course, I'm not going to be sending anything to John, who is an anonymous person that is just now appearing. How would I even know about John? There's nothing about John on her channel. It's all Danielle Robertson, Truth Teller Dani, and that's the only Cash App that she has posted on her Danny Montana and all the other ones. So not only Dani Robertson, but all her, where she has all of these, she makes reference to Truth Teller Dani and on her Truth Teller channel, of course. And remember, all of the funding that was coming through Cash Apps during Shanquella and all of all of these things, there was a lot of support there. So who is John? John was John. John was John. Is I don't know John. And John doesn't want me to learn who he is. So he has a right on paper to, he can put down, he's filed a motion, whoever John is. John has got, if anyone doesn't think we're making a little bit of progress, then maybe folks don't understand what might be going on here. I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but I can tell you this. Somebody we got the right account because someone responded to the judge. It's the right account, important enough that somehow that account is linked, I believe, to Danielle Robertson. Linked, I mean, that's revealed. That's a link. John Doe is a link to Danielle. I don't know who John Doe is. I don't know who Danielle is, but I think there's a link between John Doe and Danielle because the link is that account, that Cash App account that has only but one name on it. Let's get rid of John again. And yes, he's John. That's John Doe. John Doe is an anonymous label. You're either a Jane Doe or a John Doe. We will call him John Doe. The man smiling and, with all the money behind him. Let's see. I was going to click on this to bring that in the front. There we go. What say you? Fair use commentary. You can reach out to me by emailing me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. If you have seen anything, if you've seen a post, if you've seen any reference to Cash App in any way that you think would be helpful. take a screenshot of it and send it to me. Yeah, I'm saying it openly. You say, I'm not hiding it. This is important because this isn't part of the case. Well, John doesn't seem to think so. But now John is, the part that is of interest to John is that his or the identity is not revealed because John knows his name, whoever this John is on that account. At least that's what somebody is on that account. Someone's name is important enough that a John Doe showed up. Not a peep, not a boo, not anything from anyone else, but John showed up. John is anonymous. Danielle is anonymous. Danielle has said she will not be found. Danielle has said she is going to win. Danielle has said a lot of things. And one of the things is to remain anonymous. So I guess people linked to her want to remain anonymous as well. If that's the case, I think John, we don't know who he is. John could be Danielle. I don't know that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that John Doe gets a pass just because he says he's not, affiliated to anything or anyone or, related to this case. That's what he's saying. At least that's what I'm extrapolating from it. I don't know. It's Not Me says this Cash App account she uses says it is a business account. So John Doe is the one on the 1099K form with all those YouTube earnings. Everything has come to John, to one account, even if it's then disseminated out. It goes but to one account linked to this Cash App account. Either it's a bank account, a credit card, a debit card, or a Cash App card. And you mean to tell me over the period of more than 3 years, we'll say at least, when she came, there was a Cash App account. The only Cash App account that I remember was Truth Teller Dani. If you remember anything else, if you've seen anything else, please let me know. If you've seen any other cash accounts, please let me know the names of those. But the only one that I'm aware of is Truth Teller Dani, that she uses on this platform. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why not start with, Joanne says, but the court doesn't deal with anonymous facts. Yeah, I mean, would the court just, without some type of proof or, real documentation? Now, John is sworn to a statement. And John has said he has provided her, the court, I will say, the court, with sealed information. His name. I don't know John's name. It's in a separate sealed container. How do we know that's his name that he gave to the judge? Is the judge just going to accept that John wrote something down as his name? Hmm. This anonymous John? Is he just, I don't know. I don't know how all this works. That's why I'm asking these questions. Like, put the receipts out there. What's on the table? What are the good, the legitimate questions that I should be asking? Keep in mind, for nearly 3 years, a Cash App featured on the defendant's videos, live streams, banners, even the bot that she uses has posted her Cash App during her live streams. I pulled that. I pulled one video just to see it. And the bot had posted her Cash App. I'm going to say her Cash App more than 15 times. And then you had the moderators posting and thanking people for sending to Dani Robertson. So which is it? Is it Daniel Robertson's account? Could she be John Doe? Because remember, we don't know who Dani Robertson is, do we? So John Doe could be Dani Robertson. John Doe said he doesn't know the plaintiff. I have to look closer to see any other clues within there. John Doe could be Dani Robertson because he's anonymous. A John Doe we don't know. But we do know how chess, not checkers, is played. We do know that. We've got lots of recordings. We got lots of, clues that would at least lead me to think it's a possibility. And it's reasonable to think that. This is not a fishing expedition. This is getting at the truth. It's 12:30. I'll read a few more comments. I'll take a look at my email, and then I'll say good night. And we'll get back at it because tomorrow I've got a lot of, I've got a lot on my plate. I've got to get a default judgment into the courts. I've got to get a response to the motion. I've got to get a response, declaration, sworn, affidavit. I have a lot of things to do. And some have immediate deadlines. Okay. Anyone else's comments that just stand out? I haven't rolled them back. Thank you to my moderators. I wonder. I wonder is the phone number that, whatever the number that John gave the court, I wonder if that's a real number. And John asked the court to only use it for, necessary, I'll say necessary communication for the court. Keep it sealed. I wonder, is that a real phone number for an anonymous person, or is that a burner phone number? You see, we just don't know. I don't know if a John Doe exists, but I know there's a name that's on that account that exists. It could be a John Doe. All right, time to check the email, come back and say goodbye. All right, check my email. Thank you for saying hello, stopping by. I appreciate that. There was one other look see. Yes. So again, John Doe specifically says, I am the legal account holder. I have my own, this is their argument, I have my own distinct legal interest in protecting the private data. Okay. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for me. Biggest bear hugs go out to the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Please hit the like on your way out, subscribe to this channel, and join me sometime tomorrow. But now it's time to say goodnight. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a peaceful rest.
찬란히 빛나는 너의 이름 일기장 속에 나의 맘속에 I wouldn't change anything 이대로 시간을 돌린대도 나 지금 이대로 처음부터 소중히 담아온 나의 이야기 내게 달려가 꽉 안아줄 거야 오늘은 말할게 I love you till the end It's more than just a feeling 이렇게 말해줘 Oh yeah, yeah. I've been waiting for your love 널 바라볼 때마다 조금씩 커져가는 love You have no idea I wouldn't change anything 이대로 시간을 돌린대도 여기 이곳으로 너만을 향한 나의 고다 내게 달려가 꽉 안아줄 거야 오늘은 말할게 I love you till the end It's more than just a feeling 이렇게 말해줘 Oh yeah, yeah. I've been waiting for your love Been waiting for your love Been waiting for your love. Been waiting for your love. 이 마음이 너에게 닿기를 I am here for you. I am all for you. 나의 손을 잡아